So you can hear us okay?
Yeah,
Awesome. We'll start first with Adam Teicher. Go down.
Hey, Tyrann, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Blessed.
Good, good. Hey, wanted to ask about Josh Allen and his running ability. How does that complicate your job on Sunday night and your defensive teammates as well when you're facing a guy like him who can't not only throw the ball but run it like he is capable of doing it? Brad, I'll have a second question as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think he's a great athlete. Obviously a guy that can make all the throws, and anytime he's using his legs, it seems like it's to his advantage. So, obviously it adds, extra pressure, on the guys that's covering, but it also adds pressure, on the guys that's rushing them just to stay in their lanes, not let him kind of break containment and get into open field. But I think anytime he, decides to tuck and run the ball, we just have to treat him like a running back, treat him like, one of these wide receivers where, all 11 guys, have to pursue and get to the ball. And, I think it's going to be one of those games where, we're going to have to tackle him and going to have to tackle him well.
Is there anything more deflating as a defensive player to have a play where you feel like everybody on the defense is doing its job? Maybe the pass rushers are getting after him and you guys are covering well on the back end and still the guy gets out and runs for big yards and maybe a first down. Is there anything more deflating than that as a defensive player?
I mean, obviously, anytime that happens, it's pretty deflating, on the defense, but, he gets paid, he's going to make his plays. I think this is one of those games that, even when those guys make their plays, we just have to go to the next play. We can't necessarily dwell on the things that they're doing well. It's all about, what we do and how we respond and react.
Let's go next to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Tyrann, hope you're doing well. Two questions for you. One on the field, one off. The one on is kind of following up with the whole Josh Allen thing. He had some good plays in that Week 5 game. How many lessons did you take from that Week 5 game into now that you feel like the defense has improved upon? Obviously, with the addition of Melvin Ingram and some other guys that has helped you for this matchup. And I'll have a follow-up.
Yeah. I mean, listen, those guys made a lot of plays, back in Week 5. I think, for the most part, it comes back to fundamentals, obviously, tackling. And then, a few times on the back end, where we just lost our eyes, on our man. And then he was able to find, guys downfield. So it's a great challenge for us to be able to obviously, stop him from throwing the ball downfield, but rallying, to him, when he breaks containment, when he scrambles. And then the guys that are in coverage, just keep your eye on your man. Just try your best to play fundamentally sound. I think that'll really help us out, coming into this week.
And the other question I had for you, obviously, with the Walter Payton Man of the Year, winning the challenge, Chiefs Kingdom came out and voted for you. What's that mean to you that for all the people, the fans here in Kansas City, embrace you to get that extra money for your foundation?
Yeah, man. Listen, man, I'm extremely blessed. Really thankful, for all the people that really voted for me, especially the people in Kansas City, but, people all around the world that chipped in and really helped out. It means a lot to me. Obviously, you don't really do anything off the field, to be recognized or to get awards. So anytime, people, see that and support that, I think is always encouraging, going forward.
Let's go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Tyrann, how are you?
Doing well. Yes, sir.
Hey, to follow up on Harold's earlier question, yes, you didn't have Melvin Ingram against the Bills in Week 5, but you also didn't have Chris Jones and Charvarius Ward. How will their presence on the field this time around help the preparations, knowing what they bring? And Brad, I'll have a second question.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think when you talk about three, great players, three great teammates, guys that, in our defense, in our scheme, that we really rely on. So I think having those guys back this time around, obviously those guys excited. We're excited to have them back and just mostly looking forward to, really a great game and, for us to really be our best, come Sunday night.
And last question, Tyrann. Obviously, the locker room, you guys are super tight, and you're one of the leaders of the team. Have you reached out to Willie Gay and offered any type of encouragement or support for him?
I have not spoke to Willie yet. No, I haven't.
We'll go last to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Tyrann, congratulations on winning the fan vote.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you this because I'm sure it's a rarity, but how instructional is it to really understand this offense when you watch a game where they played, in essence, a perfect football game on the offensive side?
Yeah, honestly, man, you just kind of chalk that game up. You don't spend too much time watching it. Seemed like everything they did worked that way. And, obviously everything the Patriots did kind of backfired. So we've just been digging through the tape, obviously, trying to go through every game and see what those guys do well and what they don't do well. This is a good offense. They throw a lot at you. Even watching film sometimes you can kind of get a headache just trying to pick up on tendencies and stuff like that. So, those guys really got, that going for them. I think it's going to come back to just fundamentals, obviously how well we tackle, how well we communicate. And, I think these kind of games is all about attitude and commitment and, how hard are you willing to go? What are you willing to sacrifice to get the win? So, I know our guys will be all in, but, just trying to pick up on these guys on film. They got a lot going on for sure.
Tyrann, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that is it for today. I'll be